A lot of snow melting across southern Wisconsin right out here on the patio. How long will these unseasonably warm temperatures last?
Temperatures rising means more snow melting. I'm Arman Rahman, and I spoke to experts about what you should be aware of as you see more water runoff this week.
And later, the United States votes against a resolution condemning Russia's war against Ukraine. What a local expert is saying about U.S.-Russia relations. We welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening, I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carlson. Thanks for watching.
We begin with a shift in the weather from the frigid wind chills last week to the much warmer conditions this week.
Pretty amazing. Those temps could bring some rain later on as well. For more on what to expect, we have Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington out there on the weather patio, and I could say I'm jealous.
It's gorgeous out here right now. I really don't even need this jacket. And actually, if we can just zoom out a little bit behind me, we have so much ponding of water out here behind us. Here, this, I guess, is lake first warned weather out here as we had temperatures getting up into the 50s today across all of southern Wisconsin and doing a lot of the melting of that snow. And as you were saying, some rain chances too. Sarah, we had some raindrops on our Queen Bee Radio Skycam as part of our first Warren Weather Cam network, and you see the cloudy skies in Platteville right now, a hint of sunshine in the background, but we did have some raindrops not too long ago, and we still have a few showers across far southwestern Wisconsin. It has moved pretty quickly to the east of Platteville over into Lafayette County, but we will see more rain showers across southern Wisconsin tonight. Nothing on radar 3000 right now in Dane County, but it's all going to be in the form of rain because our temperatures, this is actually an update, we got up to 54 at the airport in Madison. It was 53 a little bit earlier ago. 50 in Janesville, 54 in Bosco for high temperature today, and 55. That's the warm spot that I can see here up towards Juneau and Adams counties up near Camp Douglas. So an unprecedentedly warm day, and it's such a contrast, as Eric was mentioning, from a week ago. We couldn't even be out in the paddock because the wind chills were so dangerous, and here we are seeing these temperatures unseasonably warm for this time of year, and par for course. We normally see our temperatures on average get into the 50s right around this very day at the end of February. And well, if you've got warm, or if you enjoy the warm weather, we've got a lot more warm weather in the forecast and more rain and some wet snow chances to talk about. We'll break all of that down coming up in just a few minutes in Maine weather.
All right, thank you, Alex. We'll take it. Well, it's already feeling like spring with all of these warm temperatures.
And looking like it too. The snow, of course, as he alluded to on the patio, it's already started to melt off. Arman Rahman has more from the experts about what you really should monitor with all that water runoff.
As temperatures spike this week as quick as the snow came, it seems it's now leaving. But where that water is going to go could cause some concern.
If those are clogged up, then the water will back up and it will create a pond across the street.
That's why Cyril McDermott doesn't put the shovel away when snow begins to melt.
I try to clean out as much of the snow out of the grates that I can.
And that's what Wisconsin SaltWise wants you to do as temperatures rise during the day and potentially refreeze at night.
So that we don't have to then go back out and try to use salt or mechanically remove it.
These big melts drive up salt levels in rivers and streams to as high as 1,000 milligrams per liter. So this little taste of spring has been a taste that kills fish and wildlife.
Because we can go up above the acute toxicity limit for these organisms. So it can just kill things off really quickly when we have these surges in salt levels.
Program Manager Allison Madison says the cycle of heavy snow, some colder temps, and a rapid warm-up is becoming more common. Because of that, she's seen more private snow removal companies load salt into parking lots.
And so a lot of the salt that's gone down this winter has just stayed either in parking lots, maybe some snow piles, soils, and so they have been held a little bit in the landscape.
In terms of flooding your property with water, officials with Dane County Emergency Management says there hasn't been enough snowpack or rain to worry yet.
But it is something that will be watched for over the next few days.
But you should still clear your gutters and downspouts.
So that if we were to get, rainfall in combination with a quick snow melt, you don't have those get clogged up and cause water to kind of pour into your basement.
And make sure your insurance covers flooding.
It only takes about an inch of water to cause over $20,000 of damage in a home.
Reporting in Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
And this week is also Flood Safety Awareness Week in Wisconsin. National Weather Service will put out its spring flood outlook for the state sometime later this week.
Two people are dead after an apparent gas leak over the weekend. It happened in the town of Oakdale. According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, the leak happened at a home on Hobby Road just before 5 o'clock last night. A teenage girl and adult man were found unresponsive inside and pronounced dead at the scene. A cat and dog were also found dead, and this incident remains under investigation.
Jury selection underway in the Highland Park, Illinois parade shooting. Robert Crimo on trial, charged with 7 counts of first-degree murder. Prosecutors say he opened fire on the 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois, back in 2022. Authorities say the shooter fired more than 70 rounds from a rooftop. Reports say he bought the weapon used in the attack legally, but police records show they had to intervene over threats he made 3 years earlier. Prosecutors say most of the 48 survivors are planning to testify. That trial expected to run for at least 4 weeks. An apartment fire leaves 8 units destroyed, at least 6 people displaced. The Madison Fire Department says firefighters responded to a building after a call came in just after midnight, very early this morning. The apartment fire was located on Taft Street near Penn Park. The fire department says they had 5 engines, 2 ladder trucks, 2 medical units responded to the scene, and that it took about 6 to 8 minutes to control the fire. The department says the Red Cross, maintenance staff, and managers of the building are all working to help those who have been displaced and the damage that it caused.
I believe there are 2 apartments upstairs that will take a little bit of time to get back in just due to the fire damage. Then there's obviously water damage on the floor below that will affect a couple of residents as they're.
And the Red Cross tells News 3 Now they had some of their crews respond when the fire broke out. They're still helping those families affected, offering temporary housing as well as replacing certain medical prescriptions and equipment. The Madison Fire Department says the cause of that fire is still being investigated.
The Wisconsin Department of Transportation is urging consumers to be careful when buying a car online. This is after a reported increase in fraud cases. The scheme starts online as a fake storefront when the scammer creates a website or social media profile claiming to be a Wisconsin dealership. The fake site may even use stock pictures of real Wisconsin dealerships. Vehicles listed on the fake site are usually priced below market value with no in-person contact with the dealer. To help avoid getting scammed, the DOT says you can review vehicle purchasing information on their website. You can also review the department's list of active dealers to verify.
Meanwhile, there is another scam sweeping the nation trying to take your money. Recently, drivers across the country have gotten texts like this threatening legal action if they don't pay an outstanding toll fee. There's the text right there. The fake texts are often sent from an international number. You can include, and they can often include a link to pay. Now, the Federal Trade Commission is warning people, do not click that link. It could be an attempt to gain access to your bank or credit card information. Scammers may also try to get personal information like passwords and PIN numbers. If you identify a text as fake, you can report it as junk and block the number. Well, today marks 3 years since Russia invaded Ukraine. And the United States has supported Ukraine throughout the war.
But at a meeting with the United Nations today, the United States made a vote that experts tell our Merrill Hubbard may signal a change of faith.
I think the vote itself is really largely symbolic.
On Monday, the United Nations General Assembly adopted 2 resolutions to call for peace and condemn Russia for its part in the war against Ukraine. But the U.S. did not vote with the majority.
The last minute, the U.S. said, OK, we're not going to support this because it's too anti-Russia.
John Peavyhouse is a professor of international relations and political science. He says the U.S. created its own resolution,
not mentioning that it was Russian aggression and just saying we need peace. That's all the U.S. resolution said.
In the end, the U.S. version was not adopted by the UN. Instead, both of the resolutions that were adopted made clear that Russia was the aggressor. But what does this vote say about the U.S.?
So it's a definite shift in diplomatic tone and message.
The current administration has decided to really embrace the Russian side of this conflict.
Ted Gerber is a UW-Madison professor of sociology and the director of the Wisconsin-Russia Project. Both professors say that this vote could be part of President Trump's negotiating strategy, asking Ukraine for payment.
So we're asking for rare earth and oil, anything we can get.
Experts say how President Trump navigates the U.S. relations with Ukraine and Russia puts Europeans and the rest of the world on the edge of their seat.
The one thing Trump has been very clear about is he feels like Europe must take the lead here, that it can't just be the U.S. providing weapons and providing the money.
It seems like we are really facing very uncertain times ahead for the United States and for the entire world.
Reporting in Madison, Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
The U.S. ended up abstaining on the vote for its own resolution at the General Assembly after several amendments were passed. Well, coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, why hundreds of Wisconsin high school students will be meeting up tomorrow morning.
Plus, golfing legend Andy North and some of his friends look to raise money for cancer research. How you can help out with the cause.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
The Madison Elementary School closing in on a permanent name, and you'll get to have a say in the matter. Southside Elementary School, which opened in 2023, is down to 4 name proposals. Those names are Southside Community Elementary, Ada Deer Elementary, Lori Mann Carey Elementary, and Nine Springs Elementary. You can give feedback in person at the next school board meeting. You can also submit a written statement today, and we have the details on how to do so at our website, channel3000.com. Happening tomorrow, hundreds of Wisconsin high school students will come together for the annual Youth Unity Summit, organized by the nonprofit United Against Hate. The summit consists of talks by state and local leaders. There are also guests who have played a role in combating hate. It'll take place at the McFarland Performing Arts Center starting at 9. A second summit is scheduled for this Wednesday. That'll be up at Wisconsin Rapids High School.
Well, happening later this evening, professional golfer Andy North and friends will be hosting their annual trivia night, raising money for cancer research. And News 3 Now is once again a proud sponsor. Andy North is the host of the event at Madison Sylvie Theater, and he's also a cancer survivor and research champion. In addition to trivia, the lineup includes a silent auction, celebrity appearances, dinner, drinks, and prizes. This event continues to grow year after year with a record $125,000 raised for cancer research last year, and we hope even more this time around. Tonight's event, unfortunately for those listening now, is sold out, but stay tuned for more in years to come. And of course, you can still support the cause right now and help us raise funds for critical cancer research right here in our community. To learn more about how you can help, just head to andynorthandfriends.com. We also have that link available on channel3000.com.
A reminder, the Spirit of Service campaign is underway. We honor our local veterans making a positive impact in the community. News 3 Now partnering with Vortex. All you have to do is log on to channel3000.com and nominate a veteran in your life who is doing something good. We'll be sharing their stories, and you'll get to vote and choose which veteran gets to take home a $5,000 cash prize. A winner will be announced in early April. Up next, a look at one of the unique amenities heading to Lambeau Field for the NFL Draft.
But first, the measles outbreak in the United States continues to grow. We'll go over some of the signs to look for that may be cause for concern.
And how long will these warmer temperatures stick around? Alex returns the forecast when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The number of measles cases in the U.S. continues to grow, with illnesses reported now in 8 states this year.
And most of those cases have been reported in Texas, but it's important to know the warning signs of the disease. Early on, it can mimic a respiratory illness, simply causing a cough, red eyes, and extreme congestion. There may also be a high fever that can spike to as high as 104 degrees. Typical measles cases also have a red, blotchy rash that develops about 3 to 5 days after symptoms begin. Also, tiny white spots inside the mouth. That's the big one. 2 to 3 days before all of these symptoms start. Experts say vaccination is the best protection.
For the vast majority of people, if you've gotten your measles shots, you should be protected. It should be something that works for life.
Despite the recent outbreak, experts say measles is not becoming more severe. Before mass vaccinations, improvements in medical care were already lowering the death rate. Now, with the mild temps in the forecast, we're also talking about chances for showers already. We have Alex here with the complete forecast.
Yeah, last week we were in the grips of that polar plunge when you wouldn't think that showers would be in the forecast. We even have that here as we plan your evening here in Madison. Cloudy skies. You don't see any raindrops as we look through the evening, but I think we will see a couple of showers, especially as we head closer to that 10 o'clock hour. With the temperatures so warm, the chance for any bit of snowflake activity is absolutely zero this evening. Right now, we're still at 47 degrees out here in Madison. Cloudy skies, no raindrops out on the patio when I was just out there moments ago. But as you can see in our first warn weather cam here, just take a look at the glare here on Lake Mendota. That is some water that's starting to build on top of that ice because of all of the warm conditions that we've had over the past couple of days with temperatures eclipsing the 50-degree mark. On our Queen Bee radio skycam, we had a few raindrops at the end of our 5 o'clock newscast, and those raindrops have now moved off to the east of Darlington, east of Gratiot, heading over towards Monroe and Monticello. These raindrops are just few and far between, but enough that you might have to have the windshield wipers going a little bit. Here in Dane County, nothing yet, but that will change as we go a little bit further into the evening. More showers are gearing up over northeastern Iowa that will clip parts of southern Wisconsin tonight, which we can track with Future Track. So here we go. A few showers, Richland Center, Dells, Arena, Mineral Point over towards Boscobel, over towards the Viroqua area as we head towards 8:30, 9 o'clock. Those showers move across the area this evening. We can't rule out a couple of flashes of lightning, maybe even a couple of claps of thunder with this, with the energy that we have out there. So that makes it feel a little bit more spring-like outside. As we get to 6 o'clock Tuesday morning, the sun comes out and those showers are out of here. Not expecting heavy rainfall with this weather system, maybe a tenth of an inch if you happen to get one of these showers or with that clap or two of thunder this evening. Temperatures tonight, these are not the high temperatures. These are the low temperatures. And remember, we had wind chills to 30 below zero a week ago, and now we're tracking temperatures that are closer to our normal high temperatures for this time of year. Lows in the low to mid 30s tonight. Highs in the 40s to near 50 as those skies become sunny once again as we go into Tuesday. So unseasonably mild weather continues, and that weather staying above normal will continue all the way through the 10-day period here. Watching another weather system Wednesday that could bring a few showers, another weather system Friday that can bring the next best chance of showers. And as we go to Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, that could be a weather system of significance for the Midwest, including heavy rain in parts of southern Wisconsin. 54 was the high temperature we did today in Madison, 54 in Boscobel, 50 in Janesville, and 56 to the north in Camp Douglas. And watch this. Watch the colors here and watch the erosion of our snow today. This is our estimated snow depth model showing that almost all of the snow in southwestern Wisconsin, according to this estimate, is gone with the warm conditions that we're having. And why? We have a strong area of high pressure over portions of the Pacific Ocean that pushes the cold air that we've been experiencing the past week off to the east over portions of Canada and eastern Canada. And we stay right on the dividing line here between the cold air and the warm air. We call this a ridge, and this jet stream coming in from the northwest keeps those periodic showers and a few wet snowflakes in our forecast, but we're going to stay right on, just on the edge, on that warm side of this bubble, this ridge, at least for the next 7 to 10 days.
All right, Alex, thank you. As the Packers prepare to welcome thousands of visitors for the NFL Draft in April, they are pulling out all the stops that cater to all football fans' needs, and that includes the restrooms. That's where Maynard's Neat and Clean Portables from Manitowoc County comes in. It's one supplier that will likely fill demand, but the owner says these are not your typical porta potties.
I actually sold the plastic, went strictly into luxury restroom trailers and containers, and here I am today. Our trailers really set themselves apart from the plastic portables. They come fully stocked with flushing toilets to hand wash sinks.
Each portable also comes with air conditioning, heating, even stereo systems. So when draft goers gotta go, the toilet at the end of the line might actually be worth the wait. We're back with sports after this.
Well, we have some exciting news to share. Channel3000.com is expanding its daily coverage of the Green Bay Packers by adding beat writer to the team.
Jason Wilde, he talked to me earlier today about this expanded role. Jason Wilde, the newest member of our Channel 3000 team with exclusive content covering the Packers this offseason. Jason, great to have you on board. Let's talk about what a special offseason this could be for the green and gold, especially with the draft on our Wisconsin soil.
Yeah, the draft in Green Bay is a huge deal, but this is a big offseason for the Packers as a whole. Brian Gutekunst has issued the challenge that we need to ramp up our urgency, compete for championships. That means him, too, as I wrote at channel3000.com. They need to make some moves that get this team over the hump that they've been unable to surpass the last 2 seasons.
Well, Jason, you're going to be based up in Green Bay, which really gives us some great access to the team. You've been covering them for so long. When you think about the years that you've covered these teams, what are some of your, maybe one of your favorite teams or moments that you've covered with this team?
Yeah, unfortunately, I've covered a lot of heartbreak for Packers fans, along with 2 Super Bowl championships. But I covered a Super Bowl loss. I covered 4th and 26. I covered Seattle in 2014 in the NFC Championship game. So for our viewers and our readers, I hope I'm bringing you more happy news than I brought heartbreak in past stops.
I was actually in the press box with you when you had to cancel a flight after 4th and 26 in Philadelphia. It was a heartbreaking moment. But Jason, it's great to have you on board, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Great to have Jason on board. Really gets you in the spirit for football season, but we're just melting off snow right now.
Yeah, we're just getting into the spring season, and we got a taste of that today, and there's more of that in the forecast too. Lows tonight in the low to mid 30s. Normal highs are in the low to mid 30s.
Right.
So what unprecedented change a week makes. Highs tomorrow up near 50 degrees with sunny skies, and don't forget we could have a couple of showers overnight tonight. And we stay in the upper 30s to the low to mid 40s, clear through the next 10 days with on and off chances, more so of rain showers than snow showers.
Beautiful.
Alex, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
See you back here at 10 o'clock.